right. Welcome to Wednesday, one of the best days of the week, and one of the best shows on the internet, Masculine Geek. This is MG number 232. Hard to believe. But we're here. Fireside Chats, the general gathering. We were going to have a D&D game that got pushed. This is the third Fireside Chat to compensate for lack of scheduling. Not on my part, but that's fine. We're not going to name any names or initials, but you know who you are. So we're here for a general hangout for about an hour or so. We'll keep it short and sweet, not TJ brief, but relatively brief. So how is everybody doing?
I am fine. How are the rest of you guys doing?
That sounded very convincing.
Well, he's had lots of stuff going on. He's got at least a couple of shows on Thursday. He's been guesting on other shows on various other days of the week. Plus, he's got his real job. Plus, he's got a convention to organize. And he's busy man.
That Man Boy Love Convention, that NAMBLA.
Yep, exactly. Yep, absolutely.
No wonder he doesn't show his face.
Would you?
And that explains why he uses a chicken hawk as his avatar.
I said, boy, nice kid, but a bit dumb. Okay, cool. Now, is Robert correct? You have a lot of shit going on.
I do. Yeah. I'm.
Okay.
I'm busy these days.
That's actually pretty good then.
Yeah, indeed.
Nice. Okay.
So you're gonna get Matt Walsh to your convention?
Oh God.
That way he can set you guys on the straight and narrow. And
funny enough, I think one of the Daily Wire guys actually went to our event because all of them were just parroting our talking points that we were talking about, like all the speakers at the event. So I don't know, they might have sent a spy there or something. We weren't too far from their headquarters in Nashville, so
right,
it's possible. But we took their money, so
cool. Well, nothing wrong with that. I mean, if they're going to steal from you anyway, you might as well take their money.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. I just you are so spot on with those guys, and the fact that they are the absolute first to urinate on anything popular culture related that guys are interested in, because if you're not constantly, fighting that battle for, 1950s America, then you're just, you're just bending over for the Dems or whatever. And it's like,
yeah, they can't even be bothered to take it even in a cool direction, because there is a section of right wingers. This is kind of like the bodybuilding community and like the vitalists and stuff who say you always need to be thinking about going to the gym or thinking about war or something, at least something cool. But these guys are like, no, you got to start thinking about the next troon that's coming down the street. And Ryan does make this point. I totally agree that if you wouldn't be paying attention to these guys so much on Twitter, you probably wouldn't see as many trannies walking around. It's probably very true.
Right. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm
like, even their moral crusades are gay.
Yes. Well, and the fact that the way they go about it to pretty much alienate anyone they'd be on their side. Because I mean, every once in a while I'll see one of them post something that is actually accurate, insightful, whatever, but I just can't bring myself to give them a like, because it's like a woman. It's like, no, you don't need that dopamine hit. You're not getting it from me. And it's just, I'd much rather hang out with my friends. Although, of course, all my friends are getting banned from Twitter. Vince,
right?
How are guys supposed to see you spanking their moms and their sisters' asses if you're banned from Twitter?
Well, you can go over to Dennis Malone 1884. The same Twitter handle is also the handle for my Instagram, which is private and locked down to weed out spurgs and mentally ill family members.
Spurgs.
Same thing, spurgs and retards and mentally ill family members. So if I know you or have interacted with you or what have you, if I recognize your handle, if you will, I'll lower the drawbridge for you. I will confirm and accept your request to join the Instagram. If not, you're shit out of luck. And I have no intention of coming back to Twitter anytime soon. So, so what happened was this past Saturday around 4:00, Bullrush and I were bantering back and forth as shit talking each other as guys do. And my response to him was something to the effect of, "Take your faggy redneck ass back to something and go back to making straight razors." Oh wait, meaning you got a girlfriend, so you stop making straight razors. You pussy ass son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But immediately, the algorithm did not like the words faggy redneck. So I'm giving you a warning now on Twitter and on social media in general. Most likely, do not use the words faggy redneck together. You'll get a temporary suspension for a week. So I figured, okay, I can weather that. No big deal. Twitter's not all that. Twitter to me is a lark and a goof. It's fun. Fine. So 2 weeks ago, I had retweeted a news article that was talking about criminal immigrants invading and coming to Europe. And I retweeted and I just said in quotes, "Hang them." And I'm only half serious, right? It's like I'm joking. Twitter didn't like that, and someone on Twitter thought that was hate speech. I don't know how it's hate speech, but okay. And they figured on top of the temporary suspension for calling Bullrush a faggy redneck. And really, am I wrong? Come on, am I wrong? I'm really not wrong. So he's a faggy redneck, and I'm only speaking truth. And I, in essence, spoke truth about hanging them. I think we should bring back hanging and beheadings and all this, and definitely the firing squad at the very least. And they're like, "No, you're done. No appeal, no nothing. Just And that was one of my original, when I first came on social media, that was one of my original Twitter accounts.
Now, was that the one that got the complaint from someone in Germany that you got that notification, or was that something different?
Well, that was someone complained in Germany, I guess, and then someone outside of Germany also complained, and that between all that, it was a perfect storm of events.
Mm-hmm.
So for about 10 minutes, I felt a loss. I'm like, it's inconvenient, right? It's inconvenient.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ryan Stone's in the chat. Hey, Ryan. For D&D games, you're going to have to give me your email. Head over to masculinegeek@gmail.com and send me your email so I can put you on the list, because I'm not joining Twitter anytime soon. They can go fuck themselves.
Ryan don't want to play no D&D.
He definitely wants to play D&D. He loves playing his drunken monk on Rollo's campaign. Just because you're a faggy redneck that doesn't play D&D doesn't mean Ryan's a faggy Canadian redneck non-D&D player.
Hey, I didn't say that.
D&D.
But you implied it. I can see it behind your eyes. Glasses.
I'm glad you got booted off Twitter.
Is that fake, Ryan?
Just tired of listening to your shit. But interestingly enough, back, you remember a couple of years ago when I was just ramping up Punch Riot, one of my, part of the plan was I'd created a Punch Riot account for Facebook, and I was going to use Facebook Marketplace and shit to try to drive, more engagement. They shut me down the day I created the account.
Really?
On Facebook. I never posted anything. When I set that up, I was setting up the ads. And so I set up an ad campaign, and I had to put the website address in there. And there was some stuff on the website, certainly not as bad as, Vince, but, they went and, like an hour after I had set that up and put in my credit card and everything else, I was prepared to spend some money. And I went to log back in and got an error message that said my account was suspended. There is no appeal. Just like this shit. Yeah.
Gee, that's ridiculous. So Mictobus, who is William? He's pretending to be Ryan Stone. He's pretending to be he's a fake Ryan Stone. And then a fake Aaron. So that's what William does. He creates fake accounts and avatars.
Yeah,
dude, we got to get you laid.
Yep.
I don't understand. I mean, I guess it's kind of funny. I mean, I'm not going to ban you yet because you're kind of entertaining. But
I don't know. That seems a little desperate.
you can ban if you want. You have a wrench, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to log into YouTube. I'm also lazy.
You are lazy. That is correct. Yes.
This isn't my show anyway, so I'm not.
Yeah. Well, you can do work for me.
Well, it's not like you put a lot of work in Thursday nights either.
You completely remove yourself from that. In fact, I was talking to Rob on the phone the other day, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm hosting Let 'Em Burn now." I'm like, "It's on me," and it which is funny because Nick's the one that created it, and he's like, "No, I'm done. You take it."
Well, I mean, what happened was though, I mean, he and I sort of co-created it, but somehow when that happened 3 years ago, he somehow talked me into being the guy who was in charge of it, doing all the work. And
Billy, okay, I know Billy Buster.
Yeah, and
what's up?
And so I'm just repaying him, because I did it on my own for like a year and a half, and then I split it amongst the three of us, and then I backed out because
it should have been Nick.
I felt like it was. What's that noise?
What?
Who's playing that music?
I am playing Tank from
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. Let me turn it down though. It's too loud. We always get a copyright.
Look, Bull Rush. I've been trying to get banned off Twitter pretty much since I first got on there. I mean, I've said all kinds of shit on there, and the worst I've ever gotten was a 12-hour suspension. They kicked me off for 12 hours.
I got a 12-hour before, and then it's incrementally increased every time there's a suspension. And I think there's 3 strikes and you're out.
I mean, I've directly called, I've directly quote tweeted chicks and called them cunts and shit, and
as one tends to do.
And nothing.
Well, the best thing to do too is create a meme that has the words in it that you want to say, and it's difficult to actually ban that.
Well, at this point, I don't want to get kicked off now that you're off. Now I want to stay.
You fucking dickhead. Jesus. Oh, Lord in heaven. So how's everyone's week so far? It's Wednesday. It's going into Thursday. What's everybody doing?
Working.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Got into a bit of a pissing competition with my boss today for stupid reasons.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, they're just, it's an old like boomer office, trades guy and everything, and they're desperately trying to, whip the team into shape and up productivity and everything. It's like, are you gonna fucking pay me more? No,
yeah,
fuck
right.
off.
Understandable. Completely understandable. All right, James, you requested a link. And I was gracious enough to send that to you via your email. I can't do it by Twitter, obviously. We already discussed the reasons why. But if you want to follow me and my escapades in the realm of cigars, books, wine, alcohol, BDSM, and motorcycles, go to Dennis Malone 1884 over at Instagram, or Instaham as I like to call it, because it's completely a vanity metric. And if I know you have interacted with you, I'll lower the drawbridge and let you join.
I'll go give you a follow.
So
and since I'm still on Twitter, I sent it to James since you wanted him to have it.
Oh, thank you. And
I sent it to him on Twitter, so
all right,
there you go.
I appreciate that. And please feel free to retweet the show.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Red Hawk wanted to wear the strap on today. Is that
Whatever
true?
you say, Bull.
He's just
think
he's trying to get warmed up for tomorrow night. It takes him a while.
A lot of crayon eating, apparently.
That crayon, that clay in the crayons clogs your blood vessels. It slows the blood to your brain, so he has to start early.
I thought you were moving on to colored pencils.
Colored pencils involve an extra step of sharpening them, and we can't. He's obviously not sharpening anything anymore because he's got a girlfriend, so he stopped making the straight razors. That also means he doesn't sharpen his knives. Everything goes blunt, and here we are. He has to stick to crayons and shit post on Twitter and people's chats. So
he's got a foolproof process. He knows to peel the crayon and then he eats it.
And then gnaw on it. Here's
If you throw a pencil at him and then try to teach him how to use a pencil sharpener, I don't know what could happen.
That is true.
It's kind of like in Young Frankenstein when
he's trying to sing.
Instructions unclear. Dick caught
on the
pencil
wrist.
sharpener.
I had years ago. I was working someplace and they hired this chick whose husband was a dentist. She just wanted a job to get out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she said anyway. And I think she wanted to make extra money so she could buy heroin and not let him know. But that's just, I never was able to prove that theory. But I had to teach her how to use, and this was, keep in mind, this was like Windows. This was either Windows 3.1 or Windows 95. I mean, this was back in the fucking day.
That's
and
funny.
she was a boomer. She'd never used a computer before, so I had to teach her. I was teaching her how to get in, the basics, how to find the applications that we needed to use. And what she did was, and the funny thing was that I was teaching her, the computer was already on and it was logged in and everything. And so I was teaching her how to get into the files or the applications she needed to use. And then the next time she came in, she was totally confused. She couldn't get back into anything. And so I looked at her instructions and she had written the instructions down verbatim, how to get into those applications from the point where we were at last time. But this time it wasn't already logged in. And even though she had the password, she didn't know what to do. So then she logged in. I said, log in, type this in here. She logs in, and then she still didn't know what to do because the first time we started out in Microsoft Word and then closed that down and went into something else. And so she said, I don't know how to close down Microsoft Word. And I said, we're not in Microsoft Word. so you don't have to close it down. And she just looked at me like,
Jesus.
Yeah. That's right. Putting on to Riz. I don't know what tastes best, but I know he likes the metallic ones the most, except they ended up...
That kind of makes sense, actually.
They give him a touch of Bell's palsy or something. We haven't figured it out yet.
I have one here that tastes pretty good. It says...
He gets the shits.
Negro. Wait, no, that's Spanish.
Black.
Black.
Negro.
Well, I pronounce it wrong.
Everybody does. Oh, shit. I fell asleep halfway through Dick's story. What happened?
Your mother went to Saudi Arabia and got shit on by a sheik. That's what happened.
What else is new?
Ask him for some money.
Right?
But then you already knew that.
That's where he gets his rent money.
Oh, so she was visiting Chad? Mish over there?
Yeah.
Is that what she was doing? Visiting the Mish?
Yeah. Mish was shitting on Bull Rush's mom over in Saudi Arabia. I think he met her. I think he met her in Dubai, though.
That towhead. I think that's what's
towhead.
affectionately referred to as a dune coon.
He's practicing his aim.
I'm waiting to get banned off here too. Fuck it, I've got Rumble. I just don't care at this point. It's so fucking stupid.
Well, really, the fun thing would be is if you do get banned off of everything and then set up some kind of obscure, video chat server and it's sort of like a speakeasy. So, we put a code up on Twitter every week, and that's how people know how to get there.
Mhm.
Well, I sort of had that with masculinegeek.life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. See? And don't forget, Masculine Geek came up with, we have to actually make this formal. May 6th is the official Talk Like a Prohibition Era Gangster Day. Yeah. See? If you go on Masculine Geek Life, you can read that article back from almost 3 years ago.
Does that mean that I can't talk like a gangster until then?
No, you can talk all the time, but it's officially recognized on May 6th. That's when all the money. That's when all the grant money from the government comes to us.
Will TJ actually show up for that, or will he still continue to be MIA?
TJ is he's got a scheduling conflict on Wednesday at this time.
Yeah,
because it's like at 6 o'clock his time, and he's doing some dog training with his.
He's still talking to his computer from 3 weeks ago. He didn't realize that the show ended.
It's possible. So where the fuck happened to James? He shows up and send me a link, and then it's like, be right back.
I think he went to get some more crayons. I think he's gonna go shot for shot with Bull Rush. I'm not sure.
Dip them in coffee.
These millennials are unreliable.
They really are. You're a millennial too, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Right?
I am a young millennial, yeah.
You're what, 25 or some shit around there?
Yeah, late 20s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got kids older than Hawk.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I've got one his age. He's a young Zoomer though. I guess it depends on where you actually, which date range you actually buy into. Mine could be considered. Mine is either considered a very late millennial or a very early Zoomer, but he doesn't act like a millennial. So
I thought the I don't know if this is like the official categorization or not. It's like if you can remember September 11th or not. I don't know if that's valid or not, but that's the one I've always heard. It's like if you can remember September 11th, you're a millennial. If you can't, you're a Zoomer.
I remember that. I was told to leave work immediately.
yeah,
Because of where I work.
I was on my way to work when that happened.
Well, gay porn shoots don't really count too much for safety.
Well, you don't have to be there till about 3
I would think
a.m.
safety is very important in a shoot like that. I wouldn't want
No one cares anymore with Nick. They just, especially with AI. How you doing, James?
Man, my brain is fucked. I feel skull fucked. I'm just exhausted.
What happened?
Interviews for like the past 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Just managing a fuck ton of them. After waiting for like too long, frankly, to hear back from some of these places, I just got like hit right in a row. Did an interview, got rejected for the one position, but they really liked my resume, so they took me on to a different position. So now I have another one tomorrow at noon.
And is this for your voice or something different?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I was an assistant production manager for my buddy at a studio that does a lot of Minecraft content.
Okay.
And it turns out, with my history in video game design, 3D modeling, and tabletop design, in addition to the years' experience that I got there, my resume looks pretty fucking good for somebody who doesn't have a lot of years in this space specifically. Problem is, there's a lot of competition. I remember I asked the one CEO who I took a position from today. This is the company who rejected me for a specific position, but then added me to another one. And I asked him, "Hey, is there a way that I can?" Was there anything specific that disqualified me from this position? And they were like, "No, we just have 30 people apply." It was really difficult to decide on who. So fair enough.
Okay.
Dude, you're young. You got your health. What do you want with a job?
That's kind of how I treated my the first half of my 20s.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I spent all my fucking teens working. And I was, when I turned 20, I was like, okay, this is the decade of being a kid. But turns out I do like money, I do like making stuff, and I love making money while I make stuff. I figure, why not? They're all remote positions, they're all stuff I don't need to go into an office for. We can, Texas Tomboy and I, if we want to travel up to Maine or Rhode Island or something like that, if we want to go up to visit up in New Jersey, as long as the cat is taken care of, we can go.
You still need to get your ticket for the Village by the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Slacker.
No, Slacker, I'm just going to do it with the Frontier Travel Pass.
Oh, okay. Well, don't wait too long.
That's what they make you do for the Frontier Travel Pass. You have to wait until you're within a certain
Oh, yeah?
certain limit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then once I fly back, it'll be whatever tickets available and cheapest, and I'll just stay at the New Jersey home. That's my plan for getting there early. Just taking extended, not even necessarily an extended vacation, because I'll probably be working while I'm there. But getting, what do I put it? I'm now in a position where she's now offering to basically use that to let us use that as a base whenever we're traveling up north, because the empty nest thing has suddenly hit. All the kids are out of the house and like, oh, somebody needs to come back and visit me. Like, all right,
your mom's by herself?
Has her fiance with her.
Okay.
Very obviously missing the presence of kids.
So she's got someone beyond just the voices in her head. So that's a good thing, right?
That is a really good thing. No, I'm happy there's somebody in there that she looks up to.
Yeah. That actually wants to be there.
Listen to her shit.
Exactly. No, because like you can't exert authority as a 13-year-old or a 16-year-old or a 20-year-old. You get the idea.
Yeah.
We have a question in the chat for me. I don't know who the fuck is Lisa Sparks?
Who
Is that
Lisa
like an
Sparks?
inside joke?
No idea.
Somebody
Sounds
else
like a
who,
porn name.
yeah, somebody else who wants attention. It looks like.
Okay. Well, look, you've got a couple seconds worth of attention, Nestor.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, is that okay? I keep hearing things about William. Is that bad Billy Pratt?
Probably.
No.
He was. Oh, look.
Or is that a different Billy?
Speaking of faggots.
Yeah, it's a different.
Yeah, there goes the neighborhood.
Somebody screenshot that. It's nice of you to grace us with your presence.
I had a
Mr.
change
Clark.
in plans. I
Yeah.
drove all the way
it's
to
good to have you here.
Spearfish. Yeah, thank you. Drove all the way to Spearfish, which is almost to Wyoming, because they actually have decent restaurants. And I'm celebrating today because today is the last project I finished today. Cleaned up all the gravel and all that. So I'm celebrating July 12th from here on out because there are no projects left on the house. And I'm like, I'm gonna go get dinner.
Oh, you're done with the house?
Yeah, like all the landscaping. I even
You filled in the swamp?
No, I didn't. I had that was dug out to make it a pond, upgrade to a pond.
Oh, all right,
and
okay.
with all the water we
You have
got,
snapping turtles?
no, there's no. It didn't sustain in
Life?
the past.
Well,
would dry up.
it's not really a shock that something you kind of created cannot sustain life.
Correct. Anyway, getting back to my story, I go all the way out to Spearfish because I look up on the internet. Oh, are they open? They say they're open. And then I get there, and I'll mention the restaurant's called Steerfish, meaning beef and fish. Pretty fine.
Surf and turf. I like it.
Turf, right?
Yeah.
But it's in the town of Spearfish, and these clever fuckwits are so intelligent that you drive the hour 50 minutes to get there, and you're like, why do I get a good why do I get to park right in front? There's no lights on. You walk up, and these fuckers at Steer Fish sign, we are closed until further notice due to the inability to find employees. It's like, why don't you put that on the fucking internet, you cocksuckers?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I will not be attending Steer Fish.
Jesus.
Anymore.
I'm seeing a lot of that lately. A lot of restaurants and places just have like 0 employees.
Yeah. Well, I wish they would just update their internet hours as well, because that's where everyone goes. And especially out here in South Dakota, you got to drive a ways if you're going to go to a restaurant out of your town. You know, every town has their little gas station restaurant, I suppose. But it's like, oh, we're gonna drive an hour and a half to go to Steerfish, maybe, you know, especially during tourist season of all places at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, if this were the year 2000, you could understand people not thinking, hey, maybe I should put this on our website. But seeing as it's 2023, it seems like most people, even boomers, would get that message by now.
Yeah, no, so I went to a different restaurant and all that, and I was going to go to the cigar lounge. I'm like, forget it. I'll hang out with you guys.
So what were you cleaning up? Did you landscape, or did you build a house, or what did you do?
Everything. I built a house, and then literally everything that goes with it. So this is year 2, summer 3.
Cool.
And this particular project only came about because we finally got rain. And so now I see where water starts to pool up. So I had to grade, lay down plastic, lay down 7 yards of gravel in 2 spots on my house. So now all the water flows away from the house.
Oh, that's right. You sent me photos of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of manual labor. But then there's you know, installing storage in your garage.
Did you pay yourself minimum wage as you did this?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you glad you built instead of bought? Because everybody I know who's built a house, at the end they just said they'd never do it again. It was a pain in the ass.
It was a pain in the ass, but things kind of worked out for me because the spot I got is great. I got it for the spot. My house is not that big.
It is a nice spot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
with the swamp.
Yeah, the contractors out here are too busy fornicating with their sisters. That they don't show up on time.
Nick is used to that, so that's fine.
Right. They so I ended up having to do most of the trim work, putting handles on, things like that, the landscaping, which ended up saving me around, I gotta say, $80,000 to $90,000 on the mortgage. So my mortgage payment is very little. Very little indeed. Yeah.
Do they even have snapping turtles in South Dakota? Isn't too cold for them or something?
No, I'm sure they got them out here.
They import them from New Jersey, actually.
Is there music playing?
I am playing music, yes.
Is it like gaymusic.com?
Yeah, it's like Sounds of the San Francisco Bathhouse. That's
he was playing Cowboy Bebop earlier.
Bathhouse.
I figured I'd play some gay music since you came on, of course.
Is Samba and Mustafa going to come out, and Monkey going to hold the lion up?
It's the circle of life.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
The circle of buggery.
Is that actually RP Thor?
Yeah, probably.
Well, not necessarily. There's a bunch of
there's a lot of. I want everybody to know that despite Clary's involvement with writing a foreword to Thor's book, it's really a good book.
It is, yeah. I got it.
That's how good an author Thor is. He can overcome my bad foreword. That's how good Thor is. Yeah.
Right.
But to give you guys, not that I'm very particular, but I want to
do RP Thor? Good to see you in the chat.
I want to do all the preventative maintenance. So I put grommets, rubber grommets on the wiring on my deck, and then I treated the grommets with an anti-UV oil.
Damn.
A what? Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because you don't want like, dude, the sun beats the hell out of everything. Outdoor furniture. So like I'm Scotch guarding and armor alling and even on the interior of the house where the sun is hitting some of the furniture, I'm treating it. Yeah. But
okay, that makes sense, I guess.
That's the level that I'm. It's not like I mowed the yard once.
So you're kind of OCD with it.
Well, it's not at the beginning, yes, but now that it's all done, I won't have to worry about this for years on end, scheduled maintenance. We won't be digging up the foundation.
All right.
It won't be cracking. my furniture will have been bought once. It won't be like, oh, I left it. I'm like, why is it fraying sitting out in the sun? That won't happen.
He just knows with all the semen that's going to be flowing on that deck, he needed to.
don't shine a black light.
Definitely not after Jack Napier comes and visits. You don't want to come after Jack. When I'm through with him.
Oh my God!
Oh,
is he coming out to visit you?
Maybe he's gonna do Vegas probably because after I've thought about it and flown in and out of Rapid City, I'm starting to realize this is a very obscure place to get to.
Well, not only that, it's fucking expensive, dude.
It is, yeah. You got to fly to Denver, Minneapolis, Chicago, or Salt Lake, and then fly in on like a second-rate airline to get here because it's a small airport. So, and that does add to the cost.
Well, at least you'll come pick us up if we come out.
I will. Unlike some people, I will pick you guys up at the airport. That's what friends do.
Yeah, I know. I picked you up from the airport myself.
You did, to which I was eternally grateful.
I drove you to your hotel when you were doing your.
Remember the ghetto car rental?
Oh my God, that was in the middle of nowhere. It was all sketchy and shit. I'm like, yeah, we're getting out of here. Like Rent-A-Dent or some shit.
Yeah, I rented this car, and you could just walk in and see, like, okay, no one's got their act together. I'm not giving these.
Well, the fucking place was closed when we showed up.
No, it was open. I walked in.
Was it?
And I looked. I'm like, no, it's just like sketchy people, dumb people. This is just gonna be fucked up, and so.
Jesus.
I do appreciate the ride to the airport.
Of course.
I was gonna say Amos is out in Vegas right now.
He is for a wedding.
Yeah.
Is he still in Minnesota?
He is. Oh. He's involved heavily with Minnesotan politics.
God.
He does that libertarian shit.
Oh.
He works. Doesn't he work for the Libertarian Party?
Oof.
Yeah, poor dumb bastard.
Thor, if you want to join, head over to masculinegeek@gmail.com and I'll send you the link.
I can send it to him on Twitter if he wants to join.
Okay, yeah, send it to him on Twitter if you want to join us. We are listening to the soundtrack from Master and Commander.
Is there a topic for today's show, or is it just
no Fireside Chats for the most part? Every once in a while we have a topic, but already explained why I was banned on Twitter, so I'm not going to reiterate. If you want to know, you have to go watch the beginning of the show, and then it's usually just we're guys hanging out talking shit, and whatever comes to mind. I kind of like these random talks, like hanging out together. You know how we would talk.
This isn't how I would talk if we were hanging out in person.
Yeah, you would.
Mm-mm.
You'd do the exact same fucking shit. You'd sit there with your glasses on and smoke like a jackass.
Who here is does pipe or cigars?
I have a pipe
both?
and cigars. I do both.
Yeah,
Red
do both.
Rock, do you smoke anything?
Yeah, I do pipe. I do cigars.
He smokes a lot. He smokes a lot of pipe. We've already been over that.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pole
Partake in a
smoking.
little of Chad Elkins's favorite pastime. No,
That's why Chicago is in the state it's in, because of you two white guys smoking your doobies.
Chad was a very generous host.
He always is.
Well,
He's a good
sure was.
How generous was he?
Did he buy you breakfast?
No, the last time though.
So he gave and gave till it hurt, right?
There's a French silk at the that one restaurant that
Steerfish?
that you like. That's French silk
Perkins?
pie. Is that like code for something?
No.
That sounds like a French silk, a story of forbidden love.
That's right. It's
I have got the
it's like
best.
going out on a date with Toulouse-Lautrec.
I have got the best Harlequin romance novel or Hallmark movie script to write.
Are you doing it?
No, because I looked into how much they make. You guys know, like if you are bought out by Hallmark or one of those shows or channels, do you know what you get for a script?
About maybe $5,000 to $9,000.
$30,000.
Okay.
Which is not worth writing That's good. But I have seen some of them through people who watch them, not myself, and they're horrifically bad. And I'm like, I could do better than this, and I could. I got a brilliant plot.
Yeah. Don't tell
especially
anybody.
the
I'm not.
Christmas
No.
ones. They're all about women sticking the landing. You know,
What's sticking the landing?
Well, I mean, they've all been career girls and are hitting the epiphany phase, and they're single and they've got nothing.
They're trying to lock down a good provider,
and then they end up locking down this guy. Often he'll already have a kid in tow, so she doesn't have to do that. So she gets the ready-made, you know, family, handsome guy, whatever. And you know, because the daughter immediately loves her better than she loved mom, that she doesn't even remember or whatever. So yeah, I mean, they're all movies about, you know, middle-aged epiphany phase women sticking the landing. That's all they are.
Two guys fighting over them, and all these girls, the ones I've seen, they're always got some dream bullshit girl job, like marketing director, or works at a nonprofit, or even podcaster. Or fashion
social media coordinator.
Right. Just dumbass, work avoidant, math avoidant shit. And I don't know if girls get themselves off more to the job that the heroine has, or whether or not she gets the guy or not. It's kind of hard to figure out. But it is very scripted, very formulaic.
Robert doesn't have to watch the Hallmark Channel. Robert has sex with women that watch the Hallmark Channel, so it's pretty much the same difference. So.
Yeah, you're watching it while you're fucking them.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm like, oh, this is exactly like every other one you've watched.
Right? Same thing.
They love it when you point that out to them.
They do.
No, they don't.
So how's everything with you? Are you writing a new book? Are you finished the house? Are you just relaxing now? I mean, obviously you're here, so you're relaxing.
I took 3 days off to just chill out because the gravel wasn't going to be delivered for 3 days. So it got delivered yesterday.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been trying to get to a point where it's just relax and enjoy the Black Hills. And today is, or this afternoon was that day. And so it's going to be sit here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not flying. Not visiting anybody.
Okay.
And it's going to be gym, workout, motorcycle ride, video games, smoke cigars, poker. I might make a foray into Montana because it's not too far away.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
You guys are more than welcome to visit if you have to be in this obscure
I will
country.
eventually make my way down there. Now, do you have one or two motorcycles?
I have one. But as I said before, if you want to fly in, I'd lend you mine and you go visit Rurb and hit all the West.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, because it'll save you 4 days of boring motorcycle riding.
Okay, that's true.
And if you crash it, I'll get the insurance on it. Could get myself a slightly better motorcycle.
And you can have my insurance money for my death. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? Like, who? Does anyone here have kids?
No.
So what are we gonna do with our money?
I have kids.
You got
I have
kids?
several kids.
No one cares about you. My intellectual property goes to TJ.
Okay. We'll finally make money off of books then.
Hey, if it's posthumously, I don't care. I just write them for the goof. I don't do it for the money. That's never been. I have a story.
That's
I
good.
tell it, and that's fine.
Speaking of which, don't you have a book that has been on the verge of coming out for the last 2 years?
Well, it's fucking done, and you edited it. You liked it. You were on the verge. You're like on the edge of your seat towards the second half of it, which I appreciate the observation.
It's through editing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting. On
I edited it 2 years ago.
You edited it 2 years ago.
I paid my book designer is a friend of mine. I paid him his deposit. This August will be 2 years ago. If it was anyone else, I would have fired him and moved on.
I edited it before COVID.
Yes.
I'm not an expert at books or publishing, but is there another stage I'm unaware of after editing before you just upload it to Amazon and hit the publish button?
I have to wait for my book cover.
Who's doing the book cover?
Adam Baker.
Is he another artist?
I gotta say,
shit that never gets shit done on time.
Well, hang on.
I've seen the book cover, And
The
2
draft.
years, 2 years is a bit long, but it is good. It is definitely. I mean, if you really want to have a good book cover, it's really good. So
Now
Making
the
oil paint
anthology.
first.
What?
I said he's making the oil paint first.
Exactly. It has to dry.
2 years gathering.
he had,
No.
he had to mine. He had to mine the minerals.
No,
of
no, no.
oil.
You have to understand something, Bull Rush. My delay in my book isn't because of a woman. Although arguably you could say that in a
Enchiladas.
yeah. So you're not doing razors because you're. I'm not gonna say it.
Bull
You know
Rush
what
has
I'm talking
become such a simp. It's
about. It's like almost intolerable. Yes.
Bull Rush was the artist.
But no,
No.
Bull Rush. Just you know what? Just stop talking.
All right.
So I have my we were reworking the last chapter of my detective novella, which Nick has read and has also been published in Punch Riot serially. TJ's short story is done. Noble's short story is done. We're waiting on Rollo to finish his Western pulp so we can publish an anthology, which should be coming out in the late summer. The cover for that has been done for months now. That's done. And some people have seen that one. That's good. It's a good cover. So I have several other projects coming to fruition as well. So
What are you guys doing for fun this summer?
the usual, you know.
Working.
Well, there's some
Jerking
work
off?
in there, yeah.
This is gonna be.
Like it, of course.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna be doing, which is fun.
Of course, yeah. You gotta
I like-
see what
I
kind
like,
of distance you can get.
Yeah, no, like remote work is changing, not necessarily how I approach my. No, it kind of did. Doing my first white collar work completely changed my approach to, I don't know, work in general, jobs in general. I wasted so much of my teens doing manual labor and shit like that. It's just not even. It's just a completely different experience. I evaluate things in terms of time, money, priority. I have clients that I'm dropping at the end of this month because they don't pay me enough for the task mentioned. I have other tasks I'm wrapping up in the process, and it's just a better place to be.
since he gave up the gay sex work, the whole thing. It's been like a,
I've been all
that was
downhill
the
from
thing.
there.
it's been a new world. It's
It just
just
wasn't enough.
new worlds, new civilizations.
Tell
So
these Saudi
let me
guys, like, listen, you gotta
shut the fuck up.
open
Let
the
me address
first.
two things. Shut the fuck up. So
Shut
I
the fuck up.
shut the fuck. There you go.
Look, you invited me, dumbass. You know what you
No,
get.
not you. I'm talking to James, the youngin with the man bun. So, Frankie Frazetta, I think he does dabble in painting. That would be kind of cool to have him do. I do want to get him on a D&D game because he does play D&D game as well. All right, that's all right. So that's called bad form, Billy. Right there. That's called bad form. And if you continue to do that, I will ban every iteration that you have, and I will commit administrative violence against you until the end of time.
Yeah, I issued an edict that all blue wrenches are to yeet him from let him burn if he does that shit in any other name besides his own.
So, yeah, don't. I would suggest you, number one, get a life, get laid, and 3, stop doing that.
At least kiss a girl.
Yeah, hey, if you want to kiss a guy, go for it. That's whatever. I don't care, and you're probably doing that anyway. Obviously.
No, he should kiss a girl. He should kiss a girl for a change. You know.
Thanks, Mictobus.
Mix it up.
Funny thing, Bull Rush. Ethan Van Skyver lives like 10 minutes from me. He used to follow the original Masculine Geek account, but I could never get a instant message to him because he had his IMs turned off. So, yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Martin, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
It's just
To answer
wild to
your-
me. I think
Can you make
left
a
by the time I
request?
found that out.
Paranoia RPG one shot with Ryan Rollo? Maybe we'll see. I do want to do a celebrity D&D game with some cool people. We'll see what happens.
Have you ever reached out to Better Bachelor?
I have not. No, should I?
He might be up for a D&D or a Geek game kind of thing online. He is hosting movies through locals. It's kind of a cool little club he's got, but it'd be all you'd be doing is swapping out the movies for an RPG. I think he'd be up for it.
I know Sterling had talked about gaming with us one time.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Sterling's been busy. He's kind of like fallen off the map last like year or so.
Yeah.
I
Well,
see
I
a lot of his
saw
stuff
him-
on TikTok nowadays.
Yeah, I've seen him in person in Vegas. He's trying to get international citizenship and all this other stuff. So he's not like sitting in a barn somewhere patting a cow. He's out and moving. And plus his old man, I guess him and his old man are driving around Europe in a Porsche before his old man passes away. So he's
cool.
doing Sterling Coop. He's living life.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, he was. It was good to have him on the show. We were talking about board games and shit too.
Mhm.
He's actually a big nerd.
Yeah, I'd like to get him on my show for episode 69.
Yeah,
Seems like-
totally. Oh, that's a great number. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Well done. we have
Instead, you'll probably just have Napier, right?
That's an interesting 69.
Kind
I
of
don't
a
know,
69 with an umlaut or something.
Yeah. To answer your question from earlier, Cappy, I might be in your neck of the woods in like late August, early September. I'm not positive yet, though.
All right, let me know. I do have some people visiting, but I do have a guest room, so you can, if it's open, you can crash there and not like 2K. Like if I don't have a family visiting me, I got like futons and blow up beds and all that.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to sleeping on couches, so I'm not picky.
Because you are a real man and understand the code of the couch. Like,
Yeah.
would you guys let Red Hawk crash at your place on a couch if he was going through town?
Of course.
Right.
Nah.
There's some people that would not. They'd be like,
TJ slept on the couch and Rob slept on a blow up in the living room over here.
blow up doll.
I
Exactly.
thought
I gave
TJ
him
slept with
several.
Rob,
I gave him.
and
I
they
gave
just
him.
kind of spooned.
TJ and Rob were spooning on the blow up mattress. Yes, I caught them in the morning. They tried to like escape, and they were trying to fuck around with my cat. I had to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is there I know they got blow up girl dolls, but do they have blow up black men dolls?
Wait, what?
Like,
Are you
well, I'm
asking
just
for
saying,
yourself
like,
or just in general?
STFM.
hang on.
Well, we know to get Cappy for Christmas.
No,
Yeah, we can all chip
if
in.
there is, I know when I'm getting TJ and Jack and all my friends in the mail order. You thought the Spirit airline merch was cool. Just wait till you get a
Well, the
black
best thing
man
about- the
blow
best
up
thing
doll.
about-
Hang on.
The best thing about you, Aaron, is you forget everyone's goddamn phone number and address. You asked me for Rob's phone number like 9 times.
I have Rob's phone number now. In my
Well, thank
phone.
fucking Christ. Do you have his address now?
Who saves anyone's address? Do you guys know my
You're-
PO box?
No, but you sent me your address and I saved it.
All right.
You can save the
You're-
address
you're-
right next to the phone number in
you're-
his contact.
Yeah, you fucking
Fastidious
dumbass.
and precise as my mom.
You're such a
great
fucking-
trait to have when you want to nag men.
No, it's a
Like,
great trait to have when you want to send something to somebody, not nag them for their goddamn address again.
Oh man, just trying to give you gifts.
If you
yeah.
send a letter
Trying to
bomb
send
the
you a
correct
black
way, you only
penis
need to
and
send
all
it
your
once.
guys.
Well, you
There's
got
no
from
sense
your
in keeping
a
it.
black penis from your
Here
own
we go.
collection.
Here we go. Black eye inflatable love doll. at
You send that to
bachelorette.com.
TJ?
Look at, oh god, this is hilarious. Hang on, I gotta send this to you guys. Take a look at this.
No, I'm not.
Look, this
I'm
is
not sharing that.
hilarious. This is
I'm not-
hilarious. I gotta
All right.
get this for TJ. This is horrible. You got it?
Hang on.
Put it up on. I don't think YouTube will even knock it down because it's so ridiculous.
Oh my god, that's hysterical. All right, I'm not sharing that. That's not happening.
Okay,
That is funny though.
There are so many guys. I know them. And this guy doesn't even have hands. Look at that. It's like his hands got chopped off. Good lord. How would you like to be the guy that had his face take a picture, say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna pay you some money"? Oh yeah, what's
The best
it
thing
for?
about I wonder if they have like where you could like send someone a photo and put someone else's face on it.
Oh, I'm sure you could turn that into a meme.
That'd be fucking great.
Were you
No,
guys
I
ever
actually had
familiar with the?
have
Were
the
you guys
blow
ever
up
familiar
doll.
with the meme? There was like it was like one of these like jacked like naked black dudes. People would send it to each other as a meme, and you'd, like people would stick them in like at the random corner of some picture or something. It's one of those things that you catch
No, is that
people
like
with.
a
I remember
female?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like overcoat, shorts, neck.
yeah.
That's funny.
That was a pretty good one.
You start doing that with Aaron on Twitter. So that's what I'm gonna miss the most is Aaron and I busting on each other back and forth.
Why don't you just set up another account?
I'm not doing that right now. I don't
Okay,
fucking care.
alright,
I'll
alright.
maybe in the winter. I will see.
All
Very
right, you're gonna
disgusted with
just gonna sound insane. Masculine Geek Tumblr.
There you go.
You should do it.
Is
Maybe I will.
Tumblr still a thing?
Yeah, it's improving somewhat in terms of user base because they partially rolled back the not safe for work policy,
Mm,
All right.
which is the most
know.
important thing of any social media platform.
right.
So I can pretty much post the pictures of me banging your mothers and sisters, or at least beating
sure.
them.
Yeah. Well,
You what?
Once you get your black blow
All
up
of them
doll,
need
I
to
don't
be-
think you're going to be chasing after any of my female relatives. I think
Probably
you're gonna
not,
be
no.
staying in.
I'll have to stay in and play with that. Yes.
no,
Stupid
it's something
ass.
weird about social media. It's like I don't want to just have a stream of only porn
Right.
or only people complaining. I want like ups and downs. I want highs and lows. I want to enjoy a bunch of annoying stuff at first and have it followed up with a little bit of porn so I don't feel as bad about it.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
I don't think it makes a lick of sense.
Well, it's James,
I
so
li-
some things
I
make
just
sense then.
Honestly, all right, puppies, some dumb bitch complaining. Rolo retweeting, quote tweeting some dumb bitch complaining. Giant tits
Absolutely.
times 5.
Big
And then back
titties.
to the other. Yeah.
The way of beauty, legs, ass, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Well, no, what you do is you do the puppies, and then you do, the chick getting railed doggy style, and see if people make the, conceptual leap
The
from
connection,
one to the
yeah.
other.
You're trying to see if you could like train your algorithm to put them right on top of each other, and then when that happens, you can tell everybody, hey, check it out.
Do you guys mostly use, whether it's Facebook or Twitter, doesn't it inevitably just become a platform for you to message people and then pick on one another, and that's about it?
Yeah.
Fundamentally, yeah. I would
Well,
say
I
That's,
think
that's
that's
more or less
just
my
the thing.
Discord server. Is,
Yeah, I
shitting
think that's
on
just a
people.
thing that healthy dudes do.
Well, I use it for this editing shit, so I don't have to give people my real name unless I want to.
That's true, but your name
Yeah,
is
that's true.
Egbert, so nobody wants to hear that anyway. So sorry, I gave that
My
away.
name is You're a Faggot.
You are.
You are.
You are. You're in trouble.
Pronoun trouble.
Jesus Christ. That music makes this sound like a gay bachelor party.
It's the soundtrack from Master and Commander.
Well, it ain't working here, buddy.
Well, it's because you want to hear what you want to hear, you faggy redneck.
Never saw the movie.
See, I can say that here.
I thought Bull Rush was the faggy redneck.
You both are. You're both from down south. You're both from like
There
the
can only be
area
one.
where you
Texas is not the South, man. It's not.
It's not. What is it?
Southwest.
It's like a commercial south, right?
Once you cross out of Louisiana, you ain't in the South anymore if you're heading west that low.
Okay.
At least, I mean, no shade. I like Texas. I love Texas, but
Hmm.
it ain't South. Not really.
Everything does feel a little bit different once you, cross Toledo Bend. Once all the restaurants are selling gumbo.
Master and Commander is based off of fantastic literature, Billy Buster, and Pirates of the Caribbean is a gay fucking Disney ride. So,
Never saw Master and Commander. Is it worth it?
yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. That's
it's
actually
pretty good.
That's actually one movie that's worth watching.
Yep.
I got like 2 weeks without the GF up here, so I'm kind of like, oh, what am I gonna do?
That's a good. You'll probably like that. That's a good one. That's a good flick.
Yeah, there's no women in it.
Well, there's one, but it's very brief, and he's like, "Yeah, you're pretty, but I got shit to do." And that's exactly the glance.
Yeah, the Tahitian women, whatever they are, when they row
yeah,
out to
he's
the.
like, he's like, I got a nice thing waiting for me at home. You're nice, but I have shit to do. I have a mission. See ya. Bye bye.
There was a I was listening to a documentary. It was a British captain, and this guy fought the Spanish Armada or the Spaniards on Central and South America. And I think he got kicked out of the British Navy. And then
Cochrane.
Cochrane, yeah.
Yeah.
Guy. Have you guys ever looked into that guy's history?
Oh yeah, I've got several books. I know it's top G to be illiterate and everything like that, but I'm actually very fond of history books. It helps keep me from having to reinvent the wheel every time I want to know how something was done.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, this guy is, anytime you start thinking like, I'm a pretty badass guy, I'm pretty good. No, read up on that guy or just watch the 10-minute YouTube video on that guy. And like, oh no, you're a piece of shit. Like this guy was badass. You're a piece of shit.
You're all pieces of shit.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he was one of the inspirations for Aubrey and maybe even Horatio Hornblower as well. He also makes an appearance in one of the Richard Sharp's Rifles novels, Sharp's Devil, which is the first Sharp's novel published after Waterloo, which has Sharp in South and Central America, and he crosses paths with Cochrane. So
nice.
So good stuff.
Cool. Sounds like it.
Have you ever heard of Madam C.J. Walker?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Had someone pay me to do a Clary test on her. Yeah. And what I'm fascinated with is how there are all these real, like, I've never heard a movie done about Cochrane. I don't know of a movie. Well, I read through the Wikipedia entry. A really shitty made-for-TV version had been made of Madam C.J. Walker. And I'm like, look, you just have to tell the truth. That's all you have to do is just tell the truth. You don't have to embellish it. No, she didn't have a lesbian lover. Her story is amazing on its own. What's it? The Smalls, like Thomas Smalls, some guy, he was a slave that took over the Confederate ship, sailed it north, and came back. I mean, that guy. Where's the movie on that guy? And and there's a Korean admiral who had similar success and luck as Cochrane, and like he fought off I believe the Japanese were trying to invade Korea. This is like in the 1200s or something, and he has a very simple Asian name like Admiral Yi or Admiral Lee. It's just one syllable, and the stuff this guy did, I'm like, what? Can we learn about that guy? Because I don't like reading books. If you could make a movie out of it, then it just saves me all the time. It'd be really interesting to know these things.
But would you even trust them to make a movie these days?
Well, that's my whole point. Is they've made botched or low rent versions. Like Bass Reeves, he was like the first Texas Ranger who was black, and he has a very fascinating history. It's like, why not make a real Hollywood production of that? And I think he got just a TV kind of special. But it's like, okay, you could teach everybody, and you wouldn't have to embellish it, which is what you're right. Hollywood would fuck it up. But I guess I'm asking for pie in the sky. Like, can you just tell the real story of that person over there, and you don't even have to write a script? It kind of writes itself.
Yeah, we have I live in Indianapolis, so we have the Madam Walker Theater in downtown Indianapolis.
Well, that's right. Wasn't her headquarters there at one time or something?
Yeah. So, and it's in that, I believe it's that old building, which is like the Walker Theater, and it still has a big sign over it. And one of the actors that was on one of the medical shows, the one with Dr. McDreamy or whatever it was called, and he was fired from the show because supposedly he was homophobic or something like that. But he actually made a movie about Bass Reeves, which was on either Amazon Prime or Netflix. And he had been working on that for a couple of years, and it just came out earlier this year, late last year. So, and I've heard good things about it. I saw some stuff from when they were making the movie, and it looked pretty decent. But anyway, but after he had done that, someone in Hollywood, I guess, decided, well, we might as well make a movie about this too, even though we didn't do anything to support this guy doing it. But if we can ride on his coattails and make some money off of it, we'll see what happens. But I don't know, with everything shut down because of the writer's strike, which honestly I think is one of the best things to happen to Hollywood, but if they're not making anything new. So
they need to make a good movie about Iceberg Slim. I'm surprised nobody's done that. He was like the original pimp. I mean, he was like, he wrote a book that was essentially an autobiography, and basically it was all about how he plied his pimp game and, how he kept the bitches in line and all this other stuff. And so that was the original book. If you talk about the Player's Handbook, you want to really get Player's Handbook, read that. But what happened was he ended up he had all kinds of he's getting stabbed and all kinds of shit happening because of the life he was living. And so after he wrote that first autobiography, he convinced this publisher I think they were mainly publishing white pulp fiction, to start publishing his stuff. And then he started writing all these novels about, they were just kind of urban black life and stuff like that. And he ended up becoming really, really popular as a writer. And then towards the end of his life, he started really, because of he had a bunch of kids and the damage he saw it did to his kids and everything else, he ended up really regretting the whole, the whole pimp thing, as being not worth it.
When was he alive? When was he pimping?
I want to say somewhere between
30s?
more between the late 50s and the 70s.
Okay, so stereotypical guy
so.
riding some big ass Cadillac or something like that.
Well, I mean, sort of it, but that's one of the things that was pretty cool about what he did, is because he really didn't hype it up a lot. So he wasn't he made money off of his women, but it's not like he was making, I don't think he was making 5 pink Cadillacs money kind of shit. It was a little more gritty.
We need another remake of Indiana Jones. We don't need to hear about Iceberg Slim, was it? I want another Indiana Jones.
Well, the next one needs to have a woman play, or a tranny play Indiana.
Doesn't it make you guys feel good that is going to lose about $250 million?
Harrison Ford was 15 years too old to be playing that role 20 years ago. How the hell did they drag him out to do another one of those movies?
The last one shouldn't have been done. So this new one is, way over the line.
I guess they paid him $20 million, but what is $20 million to an 80-year-old A-list actor? What is Harrison Ford going to do with $20 million?
I guess you just don't want to stop at his point, right?
I guess, but
what are you going to do and not?
Think about it. What else is he going to do?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe buy Callista Flockhart a set of tits. I don't know.
Now that Epstein's gone, they don't have anything to spend their money on anymore. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oof.
Wow.
Doesn't he own a bunch of planes and fly them around and such?
He owns a lot of land out in Montana or Wyoming.
Thank you for the super chat. Dung is fun. Interesting name. $2.
Cappy, how's it going, man? It's going well. I'm hanging out with these guys.
Right? I mean,
that must be Billy trying to make up for all his bullshit from earlier. $2 your way.
Right?
I don't know. He could get into hunting. That's an expensive sport.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
it's not that expensive though if you do it right.
That's true. Red, are you doing any hunting trips soon?
Maybe. I'm gonna try and do one in February. Ideally,
Is that the
begin
one that we're doing with Bull Rush with the bull with the
yeah,
viewers?
yeah, that's what I want to set up. Ideally, I want to align it perfectly when Jack comes over and visits. So
Well,
we
keep
can
me
teach him.
posted.
We could teach him what guns are. You know?
We'll just get a big Airbnb and a bunch
Yeah.
of you fuckers, and then go hunting.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to do that
right.
outside San Antonio in like
Sure.
February next year. But I'll keep you informed on it.
Please do.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't have anything.
Robert and I are there.
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
definitely let you guys know. The way I want to do it, Bull, it could be expensive. Sorry, respond to him in the chat.
I
We have
was going
to
to
get
say,
another,
trespassing is free.
Trespassing is free.
Well, see, like, because I'm a big game hunter, I want to shoot literally everything. So
What?
that gets expensive.
Which is where Jack Napier comes in.
The most dangerous game.
The most dangerous game, yes.
Yeah. You're gonna shoot and taxidermist Jack. Jesus.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, mount him on my wall. Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time Jack's been mounted on a wall. So.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa! Come on! You had to make it
Violence.
gay, didn't you?
How does Rob get that hide? Does he go on a step stool and Jack just bends over and Rob can finally?
I
reach
think
his
that's what
anus?
happens. Yeah,
Okay,
I think that's
all
what. Steps.
Jack, fetch me the ladder.
Now we
Oh
know.
my
Now we know where they got the name for Red Evening.
Right? Bleeding from the asshole all the time.
Oh Jesus!
Episode 200 on Friday for those guys.
Right. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll be on there helping them celebrate. So
Oh, okay.
y'all
Yeah.
see that.
Well, you
I'm
got
three. I'm 3 nights in a row this week.
You got the
I'll be-
invite.
I'll be
I
there
didn't get
as-
the- I didn't get the invite.
Well, you got banned, so
Well, fuck you guys then.
I'm sure he'll come on over. Jack's been typing it up all week.
Well, I wouldn't know. So,
Mhm.
What you get banned for this time, Vince?
all right, I'll tell the story again. So,
Just briefly. I want
Two things.
race, sex. What was it?
no. I showed pictures of your mom. So here's the deal. Number one, I was bantering back and forth with Bull Rush. In a reply to one of his tweets, I said basically something to the fact you're a faggy redneck and go back to making your straight razors or whatever.
Okay.
Twitter immediately saw the words. The police algorithm caught the words faggy redneck and banned me immediately. Right after I replied, it was just like a second went by and then a ban.
Okay. So was it a human?
So I was banned for a week, and then somebody must have complained about one of my tweets from 2 weeks ago when I was replying. I retweeted a news article that was mentioning criminal immigrants coming to Europe, and my response was hang them.
Okay.
I mean, that's
And
reasonable, right?
that's enough to get banned, huh?
And that's enough to get banned, yes.
Did y'all see that video? Yeah, I think it popped up this week on a beach in Spain. There were all these boats, all these
I saw
people,
that.
all those chicks on the beach hanging out, and then all these boats just start coming in.
That's
And
actually from a couple years ago.
is
It's
it?
been going on.
Yeah.
It's been going on.
It's
for
going on
years.
for like years now, yeah.
Women
Yeah.
could have empowered us by voting to allow us to do something about it, but since they want to give immigrants, legal or not, more money than help us out, I have a hard time really giving a shit. So.
Voting doesn't matter.
I would disagree. If women voted Republican or conservative or whatever, it would matter. But
Well, that implies that like the elites actually care about like what people vote for. Like nobody ever asked for immigration, but everyone gets it no matter what.
mhm.
Pretty much.
Oh well.
Nope.
It was fun.
Yeah, indeed.
I don't know. I've been sitting thinking about like, well, wait a minute. I wasn't around in the 40s and the 50s. I didn't get to see the ragtime the ragtime jazz starting up in the 1910s. I didn't see the Revolutionary War.
Oh, sure.
All I was done was born in the 70s, which was a shit decade. The 80s where everyone was pretentious assholes. 90s where I was like, oh, we're grunge now. And then ever since
Grunge
that's
is
been
shit.
kind of shit. So I don't really have oh no, the United States, the West might end. I'm like, oh, we won't be diddling kids in schools? Oh, okay. Well,
it's
you
been
know.
ending for decades. James, we go ahead and read the super chat. Thank you, doing this fun.
Sure thing. Let's see here. Captain, I could see you yelling at the clouds, saying, "Get off my property," while you are using an 8-foot ladder.
Clouds were over my property, prevent my solar panels from energy yesterday. It was very upsetting.
Yeah, how dare they?
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of tree cover, Cappy? Because those Black Hills could be covered with a bunch of those pines.
Yeah, no, I have 6 acres. There are trees along the driveway, so some of which are dead, and I've cut down, and I'll use for fuel in the future when we don't have enough electrical engineers and gas engineers. But then I do have like a clearing in my yard where the solar panels are, and so they get sun as long as the sun is out. So we had to put them the right way in the right angle where the sun comes, and so there is a clearing that I didn't have to clear out; it was already there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about like the winter winds, but you don't have to deal with that.
I go down to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's
You do,
Winters for you Yanks, and I become a
Southern
Confederate.
Command.
Yeah, and then summer comes by, and then I
Based.
become a Yank. Yeah,
So you're
I
a bit
have
of a
no
chameleon.
loyalty, only loyalty to myself.
You're a bit
And
of a
wherever there's
chameleon.
no snow.
Yes. All right. Fair enough. That's right. All right, gentlemen. I think that's going to be it
Cool.
for this fireside chat. We're past the hour mark, and I like to keep
Can
these
you
about an
can
hour.
you blow up our can you blow up the windows a little bit?
You want yours blown up?
No, blow them all up, like because I think we're on a shrunk, like where we can
This?
go full screen. There you go. Oh, darn it!
Hang on, let me
Cappy,
get rid of
Cappy
let me
wants
get
to
rid-
show his
let me get-
banner.
Get rid of the banner.
There we go.
You're lucky I like you. You fucking dick.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, get out of here.
Take care,
Yeah.
Cappy.
All right, now that he's done, we can actually talk.
I got a message in.
That
That,
fucking guy, Jesus.
That son of a bitch.
At the
God
last
damn it.
chapter.
Well, if he'd have just stuck around, he might have gotten $13 more out of Dungs' fun. So, I mean, come on. That
Dung,
had him
if you're out there,
$20.
send some more super chats. There you go.
I mean, we all know Cappy and $20 is $20. So, but oh well.
Here's to you, Billy. So you're not a total dork.
You're a piece of
Not
shit.
yet, anyway. He's a what?
He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. That's okay. I don't really know him. You guys must know him more. Does he hang out in your chat more?
Oh, well, I mean, he's a piece of shit like all y'all are pieces of
Oh,
shit.
okay. Well, you're welcome to being a piece of shit with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Have you forgotten my
Morning mantra.
morning
I don't-
the morning
Yeah.
constitutional?
Yeah.
Is that when you're dropping a load?
No, that's when you're brushing your teeth and you look at yourself in the mirror and say you're a piece of shit.
Oh, okay. Well,
Every morning, that's the key to winning in life.
is it?
I keep telling people, they don't believe me, but hey, I'm
You just continue to spread the good word.
I'm retired early and I'm lazy, so it worked for me.
There you go.
YouTube won't let me send a wheat
A
penny
wheat
in
penny.
chat. Well,
Hey man, don't be dissing wheat pennies. I love wheat pennies.
they're awesome.
Although my dad got me when I was a kid, that's one of the things my dad and I would do, like after we got back from somewhere.
From what 1940?
Yeah, he'd take all he'd be like, hey kid, come in here, see? And we'd throw all the change on the table and look for wheat pennies and pre-65 silver quarters and shit.
Okay. I can attest to Mictibus doing it for 2 years. I've met Mictibus twice, and he is indeed a piece of shit. So, which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
He hasn't been showing up for Let 'Em Burn, so
Can you blame him? You talk about the same shit every week.
I'm thinking about. That's right. We had the same conversation for 3.5 years. So
there we go. Go
That's
ahead,
right.
James. Read that one out.
All right. Does anyone think that since ship is new, if not old graphics, has some form of censorship?
what the fuck?
I think I just had a stroke.
I know, right?
I think he's
Are you
eating
okay?
crayons.
I think
You
he's in
okay,
the middle
Don?
of a stroke while he's typing that.
You're right. I mean, do you need us to call? You need us to do a safety check?
This is an
That
English
thing
as a
smell like
second
toast.
language situation.
Missed one stream in 3 years. He hasn't been showing up.
Dude, you know, the subtext of that is Bull Rush,
Thank
Rob,
you,
and
Don,
I.
for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that.
We don't consider it
Okay.
an actual show if McTubus is not there because he's been there from the beginning, telling us how much we suck and
Same
why
with,
we need to
same
get a
with-
new topic.
Same with Masculine Geek too. Yeah.
I haven't tried to get him on the show once. He wouldn't do it.
He's been on Masculine Geek Life before. So
He was like, "Nah, bro, I'm good."
He shows off as magnificent. I can't tell you.
I have interacted with him on Zoom. I will say that.
You have,
I won't-
yeah.
I won't talk about the nature of the interaction. but
It was pretty gay, though. I have to admit. It's pretty gay.
Listen, after a certain amount of time in the porn industry, I'm sure you want to do a little bit of freelance camming.
Right? Who wouldn't?
If you've been behind the scenes all that time. I've been I've been crew all this time. I want to try cast.
Well, my OnlyFans wouldn't have taken off the way it has if it weren't for McTubis. That's all I can say.
He created 5 different accounts, and
He was more of a creative advisor in this case.
Okay. Hey, I got a fucking topic for you guys. Do any of you know women who go on sites like I think it's called just audiophile, like
no.
with
what's
a what is it? It has a fuck suffix file,
Are you-
not as
are you,
in
are you
like
stroking out?
yes,
Yes.
under the desk, your mom,
Whoa.
something.
Something about your mom.
I got nothing. No, so not the suffix file, which means like to love or really likes or something like that, right? Interested in. Not the
Arrows?
not what goes on your computer. There's sites like that. Apparently, there's categories for it on
Oh, yeah.
Pornhub and OnlyFans.
Hmm.
And I
Wait,
was in
categories for what?
His mom.
4 voiceovers, just voices.
Also,
just
like
audio
ASMR stuff.
performances. Yes.
Well, there's a site called voices.com for people wanting to do voice work, sort of like a Fiverr for voice work.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so I could take like Punch Riot Theater, we could add some porn to it, and we could all be working.
Well, get on that.
Voiceovers.
Everything else failed that you did.
That's
What he means to say
Cheers.
is
Yes,
this
you
one,
fucker.
like this is the charm, okay?
Punch Riot
This is the one that
didn't
will go
fail.
through.
No, I know. I'm messing with
I failed.
you. Well, yeah.
I quit.
You flaked out on everything, son of a bitch.
I didn't flake out on everything. It's just, I consider it a success.
I'm gonna turn Punch Right into an online magazine. You want to do your final chapter on your magazine? Sure. And look, I'm waiting for the. Yeah, okay.
Well, nobody's nobody. I only got one manuscript from one person. That wasn't enough to work on. See, if you'd have sent me if you'd have sent in your manuscript, I would have. It would be out there by now.
All right. Well, fair enough. Go ahead, James. Read
Lazy
that.
piece of
And
shit.
I pretty much.
All right,
And
I
thank
can't
you,
spell
Doug,
it
as well.
properly because of
Faggot.
censorship. Okay, so if we go back to the early one, that since shit is new, if not old graphics has some kind of, it still doesn't make fucking sense. Even if I like,
All right, you're gonna have to send a $25 super chat to make up for that. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Just use like characters or something. Here's an idea. Type it out in the regular chat.
I'll tell you what. PayPal me $50
and I'll edit it for you.
I'll edit it for you. Tell me what you want to say. I'll just ghostwrite the fucking. I'll ghostwrite your fucking.
Hey, that's
Super
a good business idea. Ghostwriting someone's fucking super chats.
Ghostwriting super chats for the illiterate and English as a second language people.
What's so fucking gay about it is that YouTube doesn't tell you what part of it is the censored part. So it's like it's such a pain in the fucking ass trying to fix them.
It really is. But Dung is fun. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate it. Mowgli,
YouTube is gay.
YouTube is definitely gay.
Yeah, it's ran by Pajit now, so what do you expect?
A who?
An Indian guy.
A Duncoon or a Habib?
Sniper rifle, not feather. Indian.
Gotcha. Oh, here we go from Bull Rush. You want to read that, James?
225.
You're muted, you dumbass.
Shut the fuck up. I'm just
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I think YouTube should be hanged.
That's what I said, and I got banned for it on Twitter.
That's not a.
That's not
a
said,
caliber.
shut the fuck up, Dung is fun.
That's right.
That's what he said.
Shut up.
Yeah. 225 isn't a caliber, Bull Rush. I'm disappointed.
225.
225 is.
That's he's overdosing on crayons. He wanted to type 256.
No, he sent that because I said send in a $25 super chat, so it's 225. 25. He's trying to. It's a play on a monetary means. But I appreciate that, Bull Rush, and Dung is fun. Super chats go towards our coffee fund or alcohol fund, as the case may be. We don't do this for money, obviously. I don't run ads on the show.
We apparently do this for Vince's liver.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Whose cat is meowing? Is that yours?
Is
James?
that? Do you hear that through the?
Absolutely.
Yeah, somebody has a noisy pussy.
You should be.
I just assumed one of you guys was a pedo.
He's more of a animal fucker. Animal fucker. Oh, there's another. Right. Thank you, Dung is fun. You're racking up the. Go ahead and read that, James.
All your guys, you flag. It's rainbow censorship from Dung is fun.
It's still not a complete sentence, but I appreciate the sentiment.
All right, we're gonna plug this into Chat GPT, and I'm gonna have it attempt a cipher. See if
Billy Buster, if you show your face, I will gladly have you on the panel. Only if you show your face.
What if he's fat?
My guess is, I don't know. He could be.
I don't know. I'm still picturing Billy Pratt. And the only thing I can think of when I hear that guy's voice is that I'm still thinking Billy Buster is John Steele in disguise, but you think it's John Steele. That's another person who I enjoy to talk with John Steele, but
I like John Steele. I have no problem.
Who sounds fat.
John Steele
does a fat voice.
He does kind of have a fat voice, but he has a very good. And I wanted to get him to voice Pulp Fiction for me, but I haven't heard from him in a while. But this could be. I have no idea anymore. If no one's showing their face, no one's hearing. We don't hear their voice. It's all up to our imagination.
Right.
This could be. No, I'm not. Nope, not doing it. Yeah, you have to show your face, motherfucker. At least privately. In the background, privately, you have to show your face. I'll have your voice on a live stream, sure. But to us, to show us who you are, we have to see your face.
I don't know. I interact with a lot of people now that I'm running shit like I'm running D&D games online. I have the Grand Campaign going on. I'm doing YouTube videos about it on Gelatinous Rube.
How's
and
your
because
YouTube channel going?
it's going all right. We
Okay.
just passed 600 subs. I'm going to start doing some video game critical analysis to basically plug into other higher view count markets, more or less. Bring that back to the channel. Yeah, I was about to say, John can't get a sentence out without saying the Jews in it. I haven't seen a cookie joke here. Something about how many cookies you could bake in 6 years.
Oh my god.
The numbers don't add up. Yeah.
The numbers don't.
Yeah. All right.
6 million batches of cookies. No.
Damn. It's hot in here.
Bull Rush is just grumpy because his girlfriend won't let him wear the strap on.
Well,
I mean, that's a real insult.
Isn't it a backhanded compliment?
Why can't I wear the strap on? Relatively speaking.
Well, I guess you could if you want to get weird about it.
I was talking about Bull Rush.
No more weird than any other purpose for it. I'd rather have two dicks than be interacting with a woman who has a dick.
What?
Which of these would you decide on?
Where's the
This is
mute?
my
Where's the
Andrew
mute?
Tate moment about
where's
Hulk
the- where's
Hogan
the-
with the-
Where's the mute button? All right, we need to stop this shit right now.
Mini strokes everywhere and amongst the young.
I'm gonna take off, fellas.
I don't blame
Good
you.
having you on, Red. We're gonna take off soon ourselves.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you next time.
I gotta get ready for the gym.
Thanks, fellas.
It's open
Have a good
until
one.
11.
You as well.
I'm just
See you,
sticking
bud.
around so Vince doesn't talk bad about me after I go.
I talk about you when you're here.
Yeah.
Somehow I think it's worse afterwards.
It probably is, yeah. Oh shit, you are the
Oh,
struggle.
man. Already.
Jesus.
John can't get a sentence out without using the Jews in it.
It's kind of true.
Oh, is he talking about MLD?
John Steele.
No, John Steele.
Oh, okay, John. Yeah.
And I felt so
kinda-
bad for what happened with fucking MLD. All that Twitter bullshit that just like raked over him. I saw it coming from two different
Wait, what?
angles. I'm like,
What do you
oh,
mean?
fuck. He went on some show with some woman that he called fat because she was. So now every time I see a tweet of hers come up, I say you're my favorite BBW on Twitter.
Nah.
But for some...
Favorite BBW.
That's awesome. Oh shit. Those are good.
Yeah, MLD still got shooters out here. I'm not gonna let my boy go undefended.
That's funny.
But for whatever reason, they brought it up on one of these shows, and he was just like what the fuck is like you shit talk on the internet, which is natural, and not everybody brings that same energy to the whatever shows they're on. They use the show to be a little bit more chill, have more of a conversation. But the host and like one of the producers just kept bringing it up. Like, why won't you call her fat in person? Why won't you do that? It's like she's got a mugshot for a felony where she's listed as like 5'3" and 160 pounds.
Oh shit!
I don't know what
That's
John
fat.
is supposed to say about that. I don't know if that falls under John's
that-
opinion at that
That's
point.
officially fat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty fat.
But he got raked over the coals. He got raked over the coals for
I
it.
seem to recall that. Yeah.
Well, he ever since his endure comment, he's going to get. They're going to rake him for anything now. He doesn't have a shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. All right, guys. I gotta get ready.
All right,
It's
we're gonna
chess
call it
night
a night
tonight.
anyway. All right, go have fun with your gay friends.
All my gay friends. Jim.
All your gay
my
friends
buddy
and your
Jim,
And
who
your
is
leather.
at
Oh yeah.
the gym.
Oh, he's a guy named Jim at the gym. Faggot. All right, so yeah.
Jesus.
These kids these days, son of a bitch. All right, if anyone does not have any other questions, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. So let's see what we got here in the comments. I don't have any questions. All right, so that is, I am indeed Dennis the Banished Malone. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Dung is fun. I will read this. Since actually, Robert, you have a voice for radio. Go ahead and read it.
All right, Dung is fun for $2. I have a face for radio and a voice for a prince.
Is my voice really that bad? How come I don't ever get to read anything?
Go ahead, you can read it.
You can go ahead and read it.
No, I don't want to do it now.
Okay, read this one. Try this one.
Yeah, that's a Nick one.
It's totally a Nick one. Read that one.
Come on, harshness.
Don't read that one then. Fuck you. Yeah, Sass comes at the end.
Yeah, it's like
great timing.
He buys the top, sells the bottoms.
Yeah, he sells the bottom all right.
His timing is perfect.
Okay, kids. All right, let's do some usual housekeeping. Nick, what do you got going on?
I'm putting out about 2 articles a week now on my Substack. So if you're interested in that, check it out. And unlike Vince, I keep it short.
Exactly. It's kind of a backhanded compliment, but I'll take it. Robert, what are you working on, and where can everyone find you?
You can find me. You can still find me on Twitter.
You fucker. You're a dick.
Unlike Vince.
Cheers, brother. That was good.
Yeah. You can also find me on Instagram, YouTube, and obviously here with the Masculine Geek. And mostly I'm working on my day job stuff at the moment, which is a sad state of affairs because I'd much rather be working on some other things. And hopefully I'll be traveling back to Europe sometime this year to see what I can get going back that way as far as some gaming stuff. So we'll just see what happens. But
I thought you got promoted to stapler.
The red stapler?
Yeah, I thought he got promoted to stapling things.
He does. He does staple stuff.
That's a good job. That's a good gig.
Staples your mom's pussy.
It took my red stapler.
You get to burn down the building.
Anyway.
All right. So this upcoming Tuesday will be we're gonna do a live stream D&D miniature painting and trash talk with both Robert and Rollo.
What are the odds?
I know, right? Don't tell me the odds, you fucker. And then on that Wednesday, we'll be having Rollo's campaign. His AD&D campaign will be continuing. And then the following week, which I think is the 26th or so, we'll have Drew Bay's campaign running. So that's it for the remainder of the month, I think. Let's see. So, yeah, Rollo's game on the 19th, and then Drew's game on the 26th. And on the 18th will be the Dungeons and Dragons painting and trash talk, just gathering and talking while we're painting figures, and what kind of like what we're doing here, but the camera's on the figures. Shut up, Nick. Faggot. But until then, enjoy your weekends as always. What's in the comments over here? What the fuck? Rob's going to be there. No, Rob's not going to be there. Ryan will be there, but Rob will not be there. Robert will be there. Paint night, yes. Paint night's on the 18th. Tuesday the 18th at 9 p.m. And the D&D game obviously is on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time always. The Eastern time zone is best time zone. The rest of you guys suck balls.
2 Thursdays from now, Bull Rush, Rob, and I are going to do a live stream. Shoots.
I'm sorry, what was that? You were muted.
Never mind.
Exactly.
No respect. No respect.
No respect, see? They're not dolls, Mictobus, as you well know. And to be fair, our Masculine Geek AD&D games has inspired Mictobus to start playing Dungeons and Dragons with his own kids. So there you go. We inspire everywhere. Masculine Geek, the one and only. All others are gay retards.
Did McTubus ever figure out why his kids are black?
The mailman, I think. It's not black. It's Al Jolson.
Are you going to end this thing or what? Jesus Christ.
I am going to end this thing, you son of a bitch. Aaron Claire is gay. So is Nick. But we already knew that.